the Toronto Animal Services regarding the euthanizations. How many animals, they do euthanize, basically, and for what reasons would that be? Like statistics and numbers.
Did you guys hear this? I'll repeat. So the question is about euthanizing animals, and just maybe we can get a few statistics and the reasons why a dog or a pet might be euthanized.
I do apologize, first of all, I didn't bring statistics with me, but I can say that in 2016, which I am familiar with, 85% of our animals were adopted or rehomed. We utilize rescues quite a bit. We have utilized Pugly on several occasions. We also have our own foster animals. We only euthanize animals if, for some reason, our veterinarians are recommending it, and that is usually because of medical reasons.
What numbers do you euthanize? Numbers, not percentage.
I think she just gave you the numbers. It's 85% were not euthanized. So 100 minus 85 is 15%.
I don't have numbers, how many are euthanized still?
Well, Fiona's nice enough to come here. She doesn't actually have those stats on her.
She said you had this from 2016.
Yes.
All right.
I think we've answered that question. Thank you.
So who's?
I want to just say one thing here, just because I do a lot of work with Toronto Animal Services. Toronto Animal Services moves heaven and earth to find dogs homes and cats. And not that your question isn't valid, but shelters and shelter workers are really easy targets. And it's really easy to go, those nasty shelter workers, they just like to put dogs down. I worked with them in terms of rescue. I have been one of the people who has helped with behavior assessments. And Toronto Animal Services has been, of all the various shelters I've worked with, one of the easiest ones to work with as a rescue. And you deserve tons of credit.
So we're going to go right here in the corner.
What's the difference? What are the differences now in all these new pug cross breeding? Like puddles and things like that. Are the dogs being bred to be healthier, or what are you seeing?
So the question was about crossbreeding, and are the dogs now being bred to be healthier, and what are we seeing?
Sickest dogs in our rescue are the mixes. And let me clarify that a little bit. There is an assumption if you take a badly bred pug and you breed it with a badly bred beagle, you're going to get a healthy mix. You might. Or you might get a pug beagle mix with all of the issues of both breeds. Genetics is a tricky thing. I would encourage people, if you haven't read it, go and read the study about Pugly-A and the silver foxes in Russia. And he was trying to breed foxes that were more human friendly. And because they use them, silver foxes are used for coats. And when they started breeding the more human engaging silver foxes, not only did they get more human friendly silver foxes, they stopped being silver. So when you breed for a particular thing, super curly tail, very flat, whatever you're breeding for, if it's a single thing, a whole lot of other stuff comes along for the ride. So you can get healthy dogs by mixing them, but it isn't a, slam bam, thank you ma'am, now we've got pug beagle mixes and look, they're healthy. We've had mixes die of pug dog encephalitis, which you would think if you mix would make them healthier. Genetics is a tricky thing, and if you don't know what you're doing, you can end up with a dog that has multiple issues. I have a true mutt. I have Bo, who was the long-haired kind of beige thing you saw in my backyard. Bo has 6 primary breeds and 3 other additional ones in there. And on the genetic health testing, he was clear for everything but one and only had 1 marker. If it was little and intact, it had a part in his breeding somehow. He's Shih Tzu, Jack Russell, Poodle, Yorkshire Terrier, Bichon, Lhasa, Cocker Spaniel, Toy Fox Terrier, and Pomeranian. He's he's a true mutt. But just trying to fix health problems by outcrossing once to one other purebred dog, you might over generations get a healthier dog, but you really have to know what you're doing. Tawny's a mix. Tawny's a mess. She's healthy, she's happy, she's sprightly, she's not suffering, but she's got, some of that is genetics, some of that is long-term, not great care, but outcrossing isn't always an immediate fix. The other thing I want to just correct, and this isn't from this year, from the Pugly film, but from the earlier one, Big Men, Little Dogs, which was hilarious. Or maybe it was from Pugly. That flattening of the face, and I'm not advocating for super flat faces, it does not in fact impact their ability to smell. There was a research study done 2 years ago where they compared pugs, German shepherds, and greyhounds on their ability to learn scent acquisition skills and their ability to use them. And the pugs learned as well as the German shepherds, and as the scent got more dilute, the pugs did better than the German shepherds. And they are real dogs.
I should say, I think we've actually got the scent training scene that you did online right now. So if you go to the CBC website, to the POV site, there are a number of additional scenes that did make it into the film, mostly because of time. A whole big scene with Poppy and her family, and scenes with you, and doing the scent training, and the scent scenes were really quite amazing. So check that out.
All right, we've got one. Wait, I can't choose. I don't know whether to choose you or the pug. We'll go here. Okay, yeah. Go.
Do you have statistics? Do you know how many pugs are surrendered, like let's say in Toronto or Ontario on a yearly basis? And I'm just curious as to how you delve into or do you delve into the reasons why they surrender, and you find that sometimes people just find it's just too much for them to eat?
So the question is, any sense of statistics on the number of pugs that are surrendered, and if so, what are the main reasons?
I can tell you that in 2017, 25 pugs were surrendered to Toronto Animal Services. How do I know that? I do have a soft spot for pugs. I am the owner of a pug. Main reasons were medical reasons, along with, believe it or not, allergies from new babies coming into the home.
Across the province of Ontario, I couldn't tell you. We are not the only pug rescue in the province of Ontario. There is one called Under My Wing Pug Rescue, and there is Homeward Bound Rescue, which does all the flat face. It's not just pugs. In our rescue, 90 to 95% of the dogs we take in are owner surrenders. Top 5 reasons are they don't have time, and I'm not putting these in order or anything. They don't have time for the dog either. Jobs have changed, family dynamics have changed. Veterinary costs, some significant change in the family, illness, divorce, death. Allergies, new baby, changed living accommodations where they're not allowed to have a dog or they've been told they're not allowed to have a dog. And then behavioral issues. We get a lot of pugs surrendered to us for house training.
All right, we've got time for 2 more. We've got one here. I've ignored the balcony. Anyone in the balcony will take the last one? Nobody. Okay, so one here and, one way up top. Okay, one here, way up top, you're gonna go last. All right, go for it.
Could you have made this movie about any other breed of animal, or is there something specific about pugs and pug owners that just, you had to do at least another movie?
So the question is, when is the pit bull movie? The question is, could this movie have been made about any breed, or is this very specific story to pugs?
I think there's 2 questions. There's one is, could this movie or could a movie? This movie couldn't have been made about any other breed. Because I think Michael and I really focused on the particular connection that pugs have with humans, and even things like how they're amazing therapy dogs and all that. Everything about this film was really specifically tailored to the breed. But certainly a film, and I'm sure a really worthy film, could be made about any number of dog breeds. Pugs tend to be, from at least our research, really well represented online, but so do Frenchies, and a lot of other breeds. so that are really big online.
Yeah, and they are kind of polarizing, certainly. And I think the other thing that made this film unique really is the characters, is the people, and their stories. And I hope we're able to share just a little bit about what brought them to this particular breed and particular animals. So.
Okay, so up in the back. Sorry?
Pugs are the best.
I'll translate. Pugs are the best. All right, up in the balcony, you're gonna have to be loud.
How does one go about wanting to become foster parent, like being more directly involved with the fostering of animals?
All right, so how does one actually, the nuts and bolts of applying to foster a pug?
I mean, there are rescues. I won't assume that you're only interested in pugs, but there are rescues for virtually every breed. I also foster for an all-breed rescue. Most rescues, and I assume Toronto Animal Services, are always looking for foster parents. If you go to our website, Toronto Animal Services website, you'll see a contact. I think it's fostering@pugalug.com. I will send you our fostering manual, which you must read because it gives you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And if you are still interested in fostering after reading the good, the bad, and the ugly, I send you the application. We check your references. We do a home visit. You know, we're kind of intrusive. I mean, I'm not going to go through your underwear drawer or open your medicine cabinet. But yeah, I mean, and most rescues have an application on their website. Toronto Animal Services, I'm sure, also has a fostering spot. And you know, if you check the website and send me an email, I'll send you the fostering manual.
We were told by some foster people and some adopters as well that it's kind of harder to get past Blanche and adopt an animal than it might be to adopt a child.
That is a quote.
My name on Instagram is Rescue Hag.
I think Alan's about to wrap it up, so I just want to say a quick thing. So for everybody who was in the film, we didn't get to have a group shot. So after this, I'd love for us all to get back to the red carpet and get some more photos. And as a reminder, you can donate to Pug-A-Lug Rescue outside. We also made a film called Catwalk. If you want to buy DVD copies, they're available $20 outside.
Well, I should point out too that members of the board of directors of Pug-A-Lug are here as well. I see some of them. Thank you for coming, and thank you for being a part of the film and for all the work you do.
I also want to just thank you guys, and I thanked you personally, but I'm going to thank you online. It's not like my dogs and I are famous, but we've had to do other filming before, and it's been a bit of a, pardon my language, shit show. These guys were so easy to work with. I mean, you know, when Aaron was lying down in my backyard trying to get pictures, and Joe was walking all over his back and licking his ears and, you know, basically poking him in the eye with their tongue, you know, he just kind of rolled with it. So, I mean, the fact that you guys just kind of went with it and, you know, weren't expecting, you know, the dogs to, you know, be able to do all kinds of stuff on cue that isn't normal trained behavior was a real relief to all of us.
Thank you so much. All right. Thank you to all of you for coming and supporting documentaries, and don't forget to watch it on CBC, on CBC.POV Friday at 9 p.m.
Tell your friends.
Thank you. I said thank you, guys. We expect that your film on goldfish will come out in the fall of 2028. Thank you for coming. Yes, tell your friends. Go check out the film when it airs. And
Thanks so much to the Ted Rogers Hot Dog Cinema.
thanks, everybody.